Talk a little bit about those shoulds and oughts. When I read that, because I'm in the beginning phase of her book, big shout out to my friend Jim Quick, who's a great friend of mine, and he wrote the book Limitless, taught me how to speed read. So I'm flying through your book, but it's been a day. Talk about shoulds and oughts, because a lot of people fall below the line of responsibility, meaning they can decide what they want, but they typically are blocked from making that big dream and creating that compelling future by some of the shoulds and oughts. So talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the shoulds and the oughts. So the oughts are part of this, framework, this academic framework. We have the ideal self, the real self, and the ought self, right? So the ideal self is, what we aspire to, right? The real self is, I'm white, I'm a woman, I have 3 kids, I'm 44, I'm from London, right? So those are the real defining characteristics of who I am. And then the ought is, I ought to look this way. I ought to make this much money. I ought to be happy, right? And society has created a huge amount of pressure around this, the shoulds and the oughts, in terms of who we are and how we show up, and what we should be grateful for, and what we should need, and what we should be, I love my phone, and it's been amazing during the pandemic, but if you don't curate your feed efficiently, you're getting on Instagram or whatever, and you're going, like, look at my kid's birthday party, I'm doing it all wrong. Like, I should be wearing this. My bedroom should look like this. My dining table should look like this. I should. And a friend of mine gave me this CD when we still had CDs, with this band called Wookie Foot. And one of the songs was Don't Should on Me, right? Like, don't should on me, don't should on other people. And when we should on each other, we create this toxic space. The other way of talking about it, which I love, is masturbation. Like, do not masturbate, right? And part of, living a life with intention and focus is to really articulate a vision for your broader life. So that I do that with my clients. I do 3 things, right? I do the telescope, like, where do you want to go? What's the thing that's drawing you forward? What's the thing that's getting you out of bed when it's 5 a.m. and there's like 3 feet of snow outside, to go to the gym, to meditate, to journal? Then the daily habits, which is the microscope. How are you actually spending your time? And is it connected to where you want to go? And then mindset, right? Because if you don't work on your mental habits, and that's your own relationship with yourself and how you value yourself, your self-talk, the cycle of trust in terms of intuition, and then your boundaries around letting other people should on you, right? Or your boundaries around when things like the election and the pandemic and all of these things that are outside of you, if you let them dominate you and take over and should on you, then you don't keep on your path, and you're not living your life your way, which, this is your one precious life. And even if you believe in reincarnation, you might come back as a mosquito. So let's do this right this time round, right?